Yo, what's good, y'all? So, man, if y'all been keeping track of this Melly case, man, bro, it's been a devastation. They just keep on pushing it back, pushing it back, pushing it back. He's been locked up for, I think, somewhere around 6 years now. And it's went to trial. Didn't end up going anywhere. They just keep pushing the trial back and back and back now, so let's see what they got to say about him this time.
At this point, it seems the YNW Melly case is never ending. On January 6, 2025, the judge pointed out Melly's been locked up for 2,159 days, or just under 6 years. And the state is now apparently going after Melly's lawyer. What's up, everybody? It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're going to be giving an update on the YNW Melly case, as now lawyers are allegedly tampering with witnesses. And I was brought up
That's crazy.
Again. Now, Melly's legal team has been fighting for a bond. The state is left scrambling, trying to find an excuse to keep him in jail. And now they're going after his legal team. Raven Liberty has stressfully represented Melly throughout this legal battle and was present during Melly's mistrial. Only months after the mistrial, Melly and his co-defendant Bortland would both be charged with witness tampering in a first-degree murder case. Because of the crime being first-degree murder, the punishment for witness tampering is just as severe as the crime, meaning they not only face life for the murders, but now for the tampering.
So they're facing not only life for murder, but life for tampering. So that's two charges that give him life sentences. So even if he's not found guilty of the murder, if he tampered with evidence to get his co-defendant, let's say Bortland did do it and Melly staged it, shot into the van to make it look like a drive-by and made it seem like it wasn't him, right? Even if they're like, okay, Melly wasn't the gunman and he didn't shoot anybody, they still could get him tripped up for life for witnessing or for tampering with the evidence of the van, because the van would have showed 1 or 2 gunshots where it would have showed how they would have died or whatever. So if they really did stage it to look like a shootout, he might be cooked, because he might not have killed anybody, but if he helped him try to get away with it, that could be a different story. Could still give him life for that.
The accusations come from supposed jail calls and code words allegedly used by Melly and other inmates to send word from jail to the streets to keep a witness from testifying. Melly could be seen on jail surveillance passing kites or notes to other documented gang members, and calls would allegedly be made through them to Bortland to pass on the message. So how does Melly's lawyer fall into this? Raven Liberty was informed by Apple that on December 13th of 2023, her account information had been provided to the Broward County Sheriffs pursuant to a search warrant. The basis of this search warrant is still unknown and hasn't been released, so we don't know exactly why or what they were looking for. But the dates would mean Melly won a mistrial, only to be charged with witness tampering, which is believed to have been an act of retaliation by the...
Okay, so basically what I'm getting from this is that in the first trial, they basically were like, we can't get you on the murder, but we're going to add you with the second charge because we definitely think that you did tamper with witnesses/evidence. So that's the way they're keeping him in jail. Because this whole thing is just, it's a scheme to keep Melly in jail so he can keep wasting his money on lawyers, on, commissary, on all that shit, and that he needs to live every day in prison. But then he's also spending a bag on lawyers on top of that. It's really just to get him to spend all the money that he can so that he can't fight it anymore, and he's going to have to just spend life in prison anyways. Melly's in a really tough situation, but he's also got I mean, before this, like, his lawyers were spot on straight, but if some of this stuff does come to light and it does end up being true, they already got Apple on the other line helping them out and shit. Like, it's gonna be hard to come back from for sure.
State, and then investigators went after Miss Liberty. Well, now Melly's legal team is demanding answers such as, is the investigation of Miss Liberty ongoing, or has it been concluded? The fact that no charges have come forward since 2023, when the sheriffs received her information, seems to hint towards they found nothing.
Yeah.
But if the investigation has been terminated, they want to know if it will be revived again at a later date. The state's response will seemingly answer the question as to if anything was found. On top of that, Melly's team is demanding to know if any confidential communication between Melly and his defense are currently in the possession of law enforcement or the state, as yet again, this would be grounds for another mistrial or the case to be tossed out completely. Melly's team has also put in a motion to dismiss a handful of evidence, including videos of 1099 Jake.
Who the fuck is that guy?
The videos would be referring to an interview I did with No Jumper, as well as Vlad TV. Specifically, the state would include the video of me speaking on the Island Boys claiming to be Bloods. The video had no mention of Melly or his case, and from my understanding, the state is trying to portray that if I expose the Island Boys as Bloods, but didn't expose Melly, then Melly must some way, somehow be a real Blood, which is what the state is trying to confirm to secure a death penalty conviction. It's a long shot, a reach, and within my interview with Vlad, I'm asked about my own affiliation as we spoke on racial politics in prison. In another Vlad interview not included in Melly's case, Vlad would ask about how my affiliation came to be, and I'd speak on where I grew up playing a factor in who I grew up around. Again, it would be more focused on the racial politics, and YNW Melly was never actually brought up in either interview. Now Danny Polo, the undercover who...
Okay, so I think the point of that is to basically say that 1099 Jake is basically trusted gang source. Maybe not a gang member, but a trusted gang source. So they're trying to give him credibility so that they can use his videos against Melly. Which, I mean, it's all public information. Anybody could have put out these videos. I mean, the police should have all the information in the videos already. That's the thing. But it seems like the police ain't doing their jobs that great. But I think it's just basically to, like this guy they're about to talk about who was actually ended up being a snitch in the whole case. I think it's kind of like that. Like they're building up his credibility so that they can use that against him and be like, yeah, he's a credible, gang source. He knows a lot about gangs. He grew up in gang environment, all that. Just like this snitch right here, when they brought him to court, they said, oh yeah, he's this reputation, that reputation. He's credible. I think they're just doing the same thing.
The Bloods in Broward County was asked by Raven Liberty how he could infiltrate a black gang as an undercover if he's white, and he replied back that 1090 Jake is white and he's a Blood. Come to find out, Polo is Cuban, and so are the Island Boys. So when the Island Boys came out and originally tried to portray a gangbanging lifestyle, I was immediately summoned by the internet about the white or Cuban Island Boys gang affiliation. The topic seemed to always come back to race, as white people are a minority in hip-hop and an even smaller minority in the world of urban gangs. Now Melly's legal team would yet again highlight that the YouTube videos are irrelevant, immaterial, and inadmissible. But this
if they can't use the raps,
as
I don't think they should be able to use the YouTube
the
videos.
state's tactics and including these videos. But for whatever reason, the state chose not to include the No Jumper interview in which I said this.
I knew that there was a lot of bullshit in his case when I got brought up. An undercover detective who testified with the mask on said I'm one of the most highest and respected members of G-Shine, the same gang that Melly is allegedly a part of. Mind you, I don't know Melly.
Right.
Nobody I know knows Melly. So that right there doesn't make any sense. This gang detective said he got this information from a confidential source in Broward County.
So like I said, I don't know Melly, and no one I know
See,
knows
and
Melly.
the state tries to build their credibility up so that the state can just make them spew bullshit. They're like, oh, look, he's credible. Whatever he says is going to be 100% right. And then on the back end, they're like, hey, bro, say this. We need to get this arrest. Come on, man. We can throw you some bread or something, you know. Give you some time off because we know you committed crimes when you were out there being undercover. You know, like, fuck.
But we'll just have to wait and see how long my name gets dragged in this case and how long they plan on dragging Melly, as an ending still seems very far away. Now, I'm very interested in hearing about the whole Raven Liberty thing that the state is trying to do. What information were they seeking? What gave them the idea to seek it? And how did they get approved by a judge? Because normally you have to have some type of something for a judge to sign off on that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll find out in the near future. I'm not sure how soon this will be, but we'll definitely do another update video. Now, as far as me being brought up again in the fucking case, it's really just Melly's lawyers like, look, the videos have nothing to do with nothing. Same shit I said. Let's just take them out. We're going to hear the state's argument back as to why they feel that it's valid. And like I said, it's a reach. Because I spoke on the Island Boys and didn't speak on Melly, that somehow confirms Melly.
They're really just out here trying to get money out of Melly and trying to get him locked up for something. Because at this point, he's been locked up for 6 years. If he ends up getting found not guilty, it's going to look really bad in the police department. Trying to get him caught up with anything. Shit's how it is, bro. But shit, I think that's going to be the end of this video. Y'all comment down below and let me know if y'all know anything else about this Melly situation. I keep track of it a little bit. I try my best, but it's been 6 years, bro. We've been saying free Melly since I was like a freshman, bro. Like, shit. But, y'all comment if y'all know anything. Leave a like, subscribe. I'll catch y'all, boys.